Good afternoon, Aaron. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good, Rick. How about you?
I'm doing excellent. I'm talking to a world champion. Anytime I talk to a world champion, I'm always doing great. Now, where are you located?
I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Oh, you're right down the road, man. You're right down the road. How did you get? What made you join Toastmasters in the first place?
I joined Toastmasters when I was in college. I joined because a faculty member happened to be the former president of Toastmasters International in 2005 from 2006. His name is Dilip Abeysekera, and I went to this small school called Central Pennsylvania College. There are people who live in Central Pennsylvania and don't know about it, so it's really fate that I learned about Toastmasters, I believe.
Well, when you went to did you know what Toastmasters was when you went to Toastmasters in the beginning?
No, I had no clue what it was. Like most people, I thought that it was some type of drinking club where people make toast to one another, but it definitely wasn't. I learned that it was about public speaking and teaching people how to get over the fear of public speaking.
Right. Now, did you have a fear of public speaking?
Oh, yeah, I was terrified of public speaking. I wanted nothing to do with it at all. But I had this dictator in the family called Mom, and she would always make me speak whenever the opportunity arose. So I didn't really get over my fear and dislike of public speaking, I would say, until I joined Toastmasters, and even a little bit after that.
Right. Now, Mom, is she also a speaker?
My mom, I would say, is a natural speaker.
Uh-huh.
She was a college professor at a college called Stockton College over in New Jersey. So she was always speaking, so it just came easily to her. Whereas me, I definitely didn't feel that it came naturally. It's something that I had to learn and develop over time.
Right. Now, here it is. You going to this thing. What made you enter the contest?
So I entered the contest because of another speaker who I actually competed against this year. His name is Kwang Yu Yang. Uh-huh. He gave a speech in 2011 in the World Championship of Public Speaking, and he placed second. I saw his presentation, and it really inspired me to want to compete. So it's because of him that I started really getting that drive to want to compete. But I had heard about the World Championship a couple years before I started competing in 2012. So I had my mentor and coach, that guy, Dilip Abeysekera, I told you about. Uh-huh. He was actually a former finalist and a former second-place winner of the World Championship of Public Speaking back in 1992. So that was how I first heard about the contest, through him. But I wanted to compete because of Kwang Yu Yang, who placed third this year in the same contest that I won in 2019.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. Now, Aaron, how does this sound? How does this sound to you? Aaron W. Bailey, Toastmasters World Champion, 2019 World Champion. How does that sound to you?
It still sounds amazing. There's sometimes when I just look at the trophy that they give us and say, wow, I can't believe I actually did this. I did have this one nightmare, though, right after the World Championship where I didn't place in the semifinals, so I had to do the whole process over again. But luckily, I woke up and saw that the trophy was still there, so that was a good thing.
Right. Well, ironically, I was a Toastmaster. I was for a brief time, and we had this Harlem Toastmasters. And there's a young lady that I met at the Harlem Toastmasters who wound up becoming a very good speaker. I've seen her speak over the years, and very good. And she happened to be in the studio right now with us. I just want Lorraine say hi to Aaron, the world champion, the 2019 world champion of public speaking.
Hi, Aaron. It's Lorraine Treadwell, and I'm glad to hear from you. And congratulations over and over again, because I know what a difficult journey that is.
Oh,
But when you get there, when you get there, it's like, oh my goodness, is this for real? Someone pinch me, and I tell you, it is. I've been in contests. I still get nervous. I do the contest. But sometimes it's like, gosh, I'm so glad it's over. And then it also feels good when people, even if you don't win, when people say, I got a message out of what you said. Yeah. And that right there is a big pat on the back, too.
Aaron, what was the title of your speech?
So the title of my speech was called Unbelievable Story.
Ah. Can you give us a little synopsis about this speech?
Should I say that one more time?
Can you give us a little brief synopsis about your speech?
Oh, yeah, sure, absolutely. The speech was about a wedding that I attended in India. The wedding was for my friend Brandon, who was Caucasian, and with his wife-to-be, who was Indian, and I was the only African-American there. I was the only black guy there. And I felt a little bit out of place, but throughout all of the events, I was treated as if I was family. And the interesting thing is that I was treated like family because I was able to play this game that they play where the groomsmen have to protect the groom's shoes from the bridesmaids. And they really take this game seriously because money is involved. So I had quite a time protecting these shoes, and hilarity ensued, as they say.
Wow, okay. Now, what kind, were they like some special shoes?
Oh, they were pretty ornate shoes. So the shoes are a part of the groom's attire, and the groom is decked out in this amazing, colorful kurta, I think it's called, but it may not be. But this is a very ornate dress, and they were very ornate shoes. I'm not sure how expensive they were, but I'm pretty sure they were very expensive. It ended up being like a very, very amazing experience.
Yeah. What was your mom's response when she found out that you won the the Toastmasters World Championship of public speaking?
Well, my mom was actually there. She was sitting right behind me when they called my name, and when they called my name, she literally jumped out of her seat and started shouting like she was in church.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. Wow. I know, and I know she must be so proud of you being a world champion speaker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she definitely is.
Mm-hmm. Now, this thing called Toastmasters, like this radio program is in a housing development called Grand Projects. Let's put a hypothetical together. Let's say there was a Toastmasters in this housing development. What do you think difference would that make in this community, having a Toastmasters? Aaron?
I'm sorry, I couldn't. Can you say that one more time? Sorry.
Yeah. No, I was saying that this radio program is in a housing development, a housing project. What do you think? What kind of difference do you think it would make for this community if they had a Toastmasters in this housing development?
Oh, man. So, me personally, I think that Toastmasters has completely changed my life and my outlook on the world, because this organization is absolutely huge. It's an organization that spans in over 140 countries around the world. There are more than 300,000 members. The cultures and the people are so diverse. You really are a representative of this massive, massive network. But just bringing it a little bit closer to home, just having the ability to learn how to speak eloquently, learn how to get over the fear of public speaking, of being judged by other people when you get on stage to speak, that can just send your confidence through the roof. Mm-hmm. And when you have confidence, the world is honestly your oyster. I was a very shy, introverted person. I, again, wanted nothing to do with public speaking, but I've been able to transform my life because I am able to speak. I've been able to travel the world because I am able to speak. I've been able to meet all of those different people and experience different cultures, all because of my ability to speak. In fact, the friend whose wedding I attended that inspired the story that won the World Championship of Public Speaking, I knew him through Toastmasters. He was a member of my Toastmasters club.
Wow.
So you never know about the friendships that you can make. You never know where your public speaking journey can take you. It's an amazing experience that I would recommend for anyone in any community.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, plus another thing about Toastmasters is that you have teamwork and you have networking. And like you said, it gives you a chance to meet people. Here in New York, we have a couple of bilingual clubs. We have some specialty clubs like the Storytelling Club. There was a humorous club that used to meet at a comedy club down in mid-Manhattan. So you have a variety of outlets. And the other thing about it is, in addition to that, teaching you the teamwork, because the club officers have to work together to ensure the club's success. But also when you go beyond the club and become area director and division director, it teaches some leadership skills that you may not have a chance to utilize elsewhere. And that's an important thing when you're involved in a voluntary organization. With Toastmasters, you're allowed to grow at your own pace, but you also have a chance to observe others, and the mentoring that you get in Toastmasters is unmatched because you can, like you said, it will take you in places that you didn't expect to go. And I had no idea that I was going to ever do a speech contest. I had no idea I could be funny. I had no idea that I was going to be leading some clubs, and organization skills that you get from Toastmasters. It's just amazing when you have to pull that team together to do a contest or to do a training. I never thought I was going to be a trainer facilitator. When I had to do teaching in my respiratory therapy program, I did it because I needed the grade. But in Toastmasters, it's like, well, you do it and you see the growth, and then when you do it again, it's like, wow, this isn't as hard as I thought it would be. It's the growth and the leadership skills also, in addition to the confidence from speaking. It's an amazing program.
Wow. Lorraine, when you first started, were you very shy when you first started speaking at Toastmasters?
I don't think I was shy. I just didn't want to get up and speak. I was in the Computer Technology Centers Network Leadership Development Institute in the year 2000, and they selected 12 of us nationwide, and I felt like I was in the classroom saying, please call on me last. Please call on me last. I didn't want to get up and speak, and I got up there, and I was hoping that the floor would open up and swallow me. And it was after that I discovered Toastmasters.
Mm-hmm. Now, Aaron, I know you said you got to leave at 3. Where are you looking to go now that you are a world champion at Toastmasters? And where are you gonna take this your ability and your championship?
Well, there are a lot of goals that I do want to achieve. I think the biggest thing that I want to achieve, though, is just passing along the education for public speaking to other people. Mm-hmm. I really want to combat the self-development industry as a whole, but specifically focusing on public speaking education. Over the years, I've seen people get in these positions and they use it as a platform to charge exorbitant amounts of money for education products. But I believe that public speaking is something that can really change the world if we stop charging so much money to teach people about it.
Wow.
So I'm working on an initiative where I will provide all of my public speaking knowledge on platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, etc. I will provide this education for free or for extremely cheap. And that way, more people are going to have the ability to learn the techniques that I've learned over the years. That's taken me time, but they don't have to take the same amount of time, and they don't have to spend a lot of money to learn about these life-changing techniques.
Well, I like that. Now, listen, when you're in the New York area, you're right down the road, you're right down the block. We would be honored to have you in the studio, or just this, if you're doing any speaking engagements here in New York, please let us know.
I definitely will.
Yeah. Do you have anything coming up in the New York City area anytime soon?
I don't have anything until about next year, but as you said, I am right down the road, so sometimes it's just a matter of calling up a friend and say, hey, you want to hang out for a weekend, and then I'm up in New York.
Right. Has anybody said anything since you became the world champion that you might have been surprised by their comment, now that you are a world champion?
So there isn't too much that surprises me, because I am friends with several previous world champions.
Oh, okay.
And I did win in second place in 2016. So I kind of knew what to expect. So there really hasn't been too much of a surprise. It's just that I'm known by so many people now because I am the world champion.
Wow, you came in second in 2016. So you knew that it was attainable. You knew that, hey, you know what, I could do this.
Oh, yes, definitely. I think in 2016, that is when I really realized that, hey, I can do this. I have the skill set to win the world championship. I came very close in 2016, but sometimes it's just a matter of executing the right way and being in the right mentality. And I didn't quite have that in 2016. That's my own admission. And then I believe I developed it in 2019.
Now, is it possible that we have sitting here in this seat a possible future world champion, Aaron? Is it possible that Lorraine could be a world champion of Toastmasters?
Well, the thing about with Toastmasters is it depends on what your goals are.
Right. Okay.
And I think that I would like to work with more young people because, as Aaron said, to make the product available. And I know if you could pay $200 for a pair of sneakers, it shouldn't be a hard sweat to give him $10 or $20 for his product. But what I also see when I was working with young people and when I was unemployed and going through some of those classes, people don't know how to talk. And Table Topics is like going on a job interview, and I gave some presentations on studying an interview with stupid questions because you have to answer them. Also, with some of the young people, when you apply for colleges now, they want to know what you're doing, and you might have an interview. Some colleges, you have an interview with the alumni before your application is passed on. So they have to learn how to present and to project and to come there with a powerful message. Because the icebreaker is a perfect example, because the first question is, tell me a little bit about yourself. So I like the youth leadership program with Toastmasters, and I like reaching out to the young people, and it's very interesting because they do have a message. We just have to make sure that they can express it clearly.
Wow, that's interesting. Wow, Aaron, I don't know. That's pretty interesting. I think the youth, I think that would make a huge difference if youth learn how to communicate, because that's one of the issues that most people have problems with is communication.
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, they'll sit next to each other and everybody's texting and no one's talking. But I think that it would make a world of difference in their own progress and communication, as well as their own advancement and personal achievement.
Yeah.
And when they meet someone like you, they know, oh, this can be done. And when you tell them it wasn't easy, but it was possible and it was attainable, and you have achieved it, that's what they need to see.
Yeah. Aaron, have you written the book yet?
I haven't written one yet, but it is in the works.
Okay, good.
I can't put a date out when it's going to be out, but it is in the works.
Okay. And what's the name of your Toastmasters group, your main home group?
So the club that I participated in the contest on behalf of is called Christiana Keynotes Toastmasters. So I live in Philadelphia, but I work in Delaware. I'm an employee at J.P. Morgan Chase, and I'm a part of their corporate club. But I also have a home club in Philadelphia called University City Toastmasters that meets on the campus of the University of Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's okay.
Well, when you write your book, I live around the corner from the last black-owned bookstore in Manhattan, and I'll put in a good word for you. And I also have a sister who.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and we could videotape it and put it as part of your package. And there's a sister who has 2 stores out in Brooklyn. I would gladly get you in touch with them.
So there you
Thank
go.
you very much. I would appreciate that.
Yeah, there you go. And I mean, we need to get that positive message out to as many people as possible. And I think it's going to take people like you that's going to make that happen.
Well, I look forward to meeting you.
Yeah.
So come on by.
Yeah.
Will do. I will definitely let you know.
All right. Well, Aaron, it's just 3 o'clock, so I'm going to let you go. I know you said you had to make a hard stop at 3.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
And let's keep in touch and keep doing the good work. And I think it's going to be the journey's going to continue to be amazing. It's only going to get better.
And congratulations
Yes, sir.
again. The best is yet to come.
That's right.
Thank you.
All right. Now, just a final question. Now, me being that you are a champion, do you still participate in some of the other jobs as far as Toastmasters is concerned?
I'm sorry, repeat that one more time.
Do you still participate in some of the group activities as far as like the jobs in Toastmasters since you became a world champion?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I plan on being a Toastmaster for life. So
Right.
I'll probably always be a part of this organization and will always be a part of a local chapter.
All right, good, good. Well, listen, Aaron, I want to thank you and continue success and continue doing that great work. And it must be amazing being a world champion.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much, Rick. Appreciate being on your show.
All right, have a great day and continue doing that great work.
Take care.
All right. Take
All
care.
right, take care. All right. This is Rick Young signing off as we get ready for the legend, legendary. He's like Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee said, "Be like water." He's like water. All right. Thank you, Mr. Doug.
You're welcome, Mr. Rick.
All right.
Got the blues. That's where you apply colors to something else, to come up with what it is you're trying to say. So there are 6 cardinal colors: yellow, red, orange, green, blue, and purple.